Good morning, Alice. Hopefully the brutal winter weather was not too brutal. It's a brutal 80 degrees here today. And as you can see, the sun is shining. So um, I just am struggling to stay in touch enough without being disruptive. Um, so I'm going to record this video today and just some Eric ramblings. Um, they tell me that's part of my charm. I'm never sure, but I wrestle with how much contact is enough, how much is too much. I never want to be a disruption in your life, but also want you to know that there isn't a day go by that you're not in my thoughts and prayers. Lately, I've been replaying the highlight reels of um, some of the amazing memories of you and I, and the laughter and the martinis and the music and the incredible conversations right from your office at the top of the stairs at Westdale, continuing on through 30 years. Some of the best conversations I have in my life are with you, and I do know that um, I never laugh as hard or as well as I do in your company, martinis or not. And certainly they allow us to relax and be who we truly are, maybe at a deeper level than we might allow otherwise. But there's been one memory that has floated back in numerous times in the weeks and months. And it was the first time you invited me to come up to Fernwood for lunch, I believe. And we had a fairly early in the day martini, um, which began the tradition of Tito's for lunch. It may have been Grey Goose at that point, but that doesn't matter. But I remember that we were sitting out on the screen porch, I believe. And we were talking as we were prone to do and laughing. And you had a poem that you'd been maybe familiar with for a long time, but had read. And as I remember our conversation, you had thought from time to time about what that would be like with me reading it. And so I read it, and I believe I read it again, and maybe even a third time. And boy, it touched us both deeply, and um, we allowed some tears that probably really needed to be cried to come out. And so, with the best of intentions, um, I want to read that again for you. The Journey by Mary Oliver. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles, mend my life, each voice cried, but you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundation, though their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. I read that poem and in the book that you gifted to me, and boy, it brings back all of that happiness and joy that we've shared over many, many years. And so I don't know where to go with this. I'm going to send this along with my love, with the reminder that if there's anything at all that you need, or Carl needs, or Eric needs, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But I fully understand that largely this is an internal journey. Just know that I'm here and you're in my thoughts and prayers, and that I love you. Bye-bye.